This is a press statement by the government spokesperson today at KICC, and it is as follows. Retirement for public service. Retirement from public service. Arising from the public feedback attained from the recent happenings in the country, His Excellency President William Ruto on Friday, 5th July 2024, pronounced himself on a number of austerity measures to be undertaken during the financial year 2024-2025, which included reorganization of the government. The measures are in an effort to fulfill his commitment to continuously and effectively listen to the people and apply their contribution towards enriching policy making and governance. Part of the feedback included a requirement that public servants who attain the retirement age of 60 years to be released to proceed on retirement immediately. This is also aimed at paving way for the hiring of younger persons. I wish to report that the President issued a directive on this requirement, and it is already being implemented. Some 39,360 civil servants are expected to retire from this service in the next 5 years based on the June 2024 payroll. This is in addition to 7,477 officers who have retired between 13 September 2023 and 30th June 2024. These officers are from state departments, county executives, and county assembly. The payroll also shows that a total of 43,976 officers are aged 55 years and above and are expected to retire between this year and the year 2029, with a total of 7,662 poised to retire in this financial year alone. Some more 39,441 Kenyans are serving the government on contractual terms, with their contracts expiring on different dates depending on their period of engagements. This means the creation of a total of 46,838 job opportunities to our jobless youth, who will now be able to serve the government either on permanent and pensionable or contractual terms upon the declaration of these vacancies currently. So you can see here, we really have very good opportunities for people in public service to come on board. As you may be aware already, these 8,000 interns are going to be recruited as well by the Public Service Commission, which is a very good entry point for our young people, especially who have graduated recently. All of these efforts are aimed towards youth empowerment. And you may recall that on Monday last week, we commemorated this year's International Youth Day, where we celebrated the vibrancy, creativity, and resilience of our youth under the theme, From Cliques to Progress, Youth Digital Pathways for Sustainable Development. The theme underscores the transformative potential of digital innovation in driving meaningful change and fostering sustainable development, not only in Kenya, but across the globe. The celebrations come at a time when the country has put in place a number of measures to ensure progressive youth empowerment in line with the Kenya Kwanza's Better Plan. Now, the broad-based government. We want to infuse new ideas in an effort to bring everybody on board towards a united and cohesive policy for the youth, for the national development. The Better Plan has so far recorded the following achievements within its fifth pillar, the digital superhighway and creative economy. Number one, the government has been able to digitalize 17,668 government services within the first 1.5 years against a 5-year target of 5,000. So you can see that is basically 400 times more. We have also been able to establish 274 digital hubs to create job opportunities for young people across the country. The government has also been able to train more than 516,505 youth in digital skills, enabling them to venture into online jobs opportunities, and also created 152,000 digital jobs, reducing the level of unemployment in the country. Further, the government has established 1,360 Wi-Fi hotspots across the 47 counties, enabling free access of internet for online transactions. In addition, we've also activated local assembly of 1.5 million affordable smart-enabled phones. The phones retail from Kenya shillings 7,500 per unit and are available at Safaricom and Jamii Telecom outlets, with 579,000 units already sold. This is a great milestone that we are already manufacturing our own phones. This has greatly helped to bridge the digital divide, especially in the rural areas, because it's quite affordable. The government has also established the Open University of Kenya in October 2023 to facilitate virtual learning and universal access to education, with currently 3,289 students being admitted to the Open University at Konza Technopolis. The university has created jobs and occasioned heightened knowledge and technology transfer. Further, there has been a rollout of 10,219 kilometers of fiber optic cables and re-engineering of the model to utilize the KPLC electricity transmission lines to roll out the fiber as opposed to digging underground trenches. These should enable us to terminate fiber at each of the 74,000 KPLC transformers and eventually at each and every meter in the long run to make free and reliable Wi-Fi available in all corners of the country. As you may recall, within our manifesto, the Better Plan, which is now being implemented by the broad-based government, we promised to do 100,000 kilometers. And already we've done 10,000 so far. So we are making very good progress. And if we leverage on the 74,000 transformers, you can see already we'll have covered a lot because we don't need to reinvent the wheel. The government commenced re-engineering of Postal Corporation of Kenya into an e-commerce and logistic hub with the aim of enabling the young entrepreneurs to engage in trading online. This is very, very important because, we are using the Postal Corporation of Kenya network, which is across the country. Every place you go around the world, around Kenya, you'll find a Postal Corporation of Kenya, but they have been moribund and underutilized. And then e-commerce then becomes very critical, when you leverage again on the internet. We've also, as a government, facilitated the development of 1,018 audiovisual productions under the KBC Studio Mashinani program, putting money into the pockets of the young artists. More than 94 ICT solutions and providers, more than 94 ICT solution providers and innovators, private partners are already onboarded to co-create innovation solutions through the Konza Cloud, earning them income. And this is very important because we are even developing our own social media platforms, our own communication platforms within government, going forward. And maybe you may not even know, there are some solutions that, for example, that are being implemented by corporates like Microsoft that have been developed here in Kenya, and they are raking in a lot of revenue, in billions, for those corporations and the Kenyans here. If you go to the Microsoft Hub in Westlands, you really learn that we have great talent here. The government is committed to ensuring existence of a level playing ground for empowerment of the young people in the understanding that the youth are the architects of the future and the digital pathway they create today will shape the world for generations to come. So that is a digital platform. Let me turn now to livestock production. An agricultural phenomenon is that you will be able to fight poverty if you have kind of an agrarian revolution. We still have extreme poverty and vulnerability as a big challenge that is facing majority of Kenyans, especially small-scale farmers. These farmers have land but lack the resources to raise productivity to meet their subsistence needs, and thus a vast majority of them are unable to meet daily food requirements. In this regard, the Kenya Kwanza administration is keen on investing in agriculture as a sector that will lead to the economic recovery, predicated on 4 factors of cost of living, job creation, poverty reduction, and income generation. To achieve this goal, the government has, in the past 23 months, embarked on the process of ensuring farming is profitable with predictable income by deploying modern agricultural risk management instruments, such as crop and livestock insurance schemes and commodity market instruments, as well as price stabilization scheme, with the following achievements within the livestock subsector. Number 1, we've rendered agricultural capacity building and technical support to counties with 1,128 veterinary interns being engaged and deployed to render technical support on livestock production. Number 2, we've improved animal breeding through the establishment of embryo transfer facilities and got artificial insemination centers and production of about 1 million doses of bull semen and 50,000 straws of bark semen. More than 400,000 liters of liquid nitrogen were also produced, and 950 sires evaluated, out of which 638 were approved and 312 rejected for non-compliance, while 35 semen import permits were approved, moving 297,027 doses of semen and 416 embryos. Additionally, 1 export permit with 100 doses of semen was approved. These interventions led to the improved delivery of artificial insemination services and were well received by farmers. When it comes to livestock feed, this has been subsidized through duty waiver of the 16% VAT exemption on feed raw materials, along distribution of 8,900 kilograms of seed for pasture production. This has led to stabilized prices of animal feeds and improved availability of livestock feeds, more so in the dry SL areas. Leather value chain development was boosted through training of 1,166 stakeholders from 163 slaughterhouses. A total of 1,195 flaying tools, including knives and steel files, were also issued to flayers within the period in Nyeri, Nairobi, Kericho, Bomet, and Machakos counties to ease slaughtering of the animals. The dairy value chain development has also been enhanced with mapping of 265 sites in 34 counties for milk cooler installation and provision of 200 dairy goats to multiplication centers and elite breeders in Kenya Livestock Commercialization Project, KELCOP areas. This mapping has already been completed, and there are already 220 milk coolers scheduled to be installed to address post-harvest losses in milk production. And this is very important because most of the milk actually gets to waste, but with these coolers, these are game changers. And this is one of the key, promises that was made when we were, looking to set up this government. When it comes to meat value chains development, we have 2 feedlots, which are the Kibiro feedlot in Meru County at 80% completion rate, and Hadado feedlot in Wajir County, which has 20% completion. And this is being complemented with provision of sheep and meat goats to multiplication centers and elite breeders in KELCOP project, area for enhanced livestock production. So you can see that a deliberate effort to ensure that we work with livestock farmers and to empower them. The government also has embarked on the apiculture value chain development, where 243 stakeholders on beekeeping were trained, and 800 beehives, 80 harvesting kits, 80 catcher boxes, and 160 supers provided to groups in KELCOP project in the counties, going forward. The farmers also benefited from 40 honey processing units and testing kits through KELCOP and honey processing equipment, which included 10 automatic honey extractors, 20 small honey extractors, and 10 wax and honey processing separators. This Kenya Livestock Commercialization Project, KELCOP, has also helped the drilling of 7 boreholes and installed them with solar power and provision of water pans with solar panels in Siaya and Samburu counties. The project also saw boreholes drilled in Marsabit, Samburu, Baringo, Siaya, Elgeyo Marakwet counties and counting. As a result, 138,679,000 pastoralists have been supported with livestock insurance under this project, and 503,480 tropical livestock units, TLUs, were covered under the De-risking, Inclusion and Value Enhancement of Pastoral Economies DRIVE program, with the aim of enhancing resilience to the pastoralists. As a government, we are calling on the Kenyan people to be patient and to give President William Ruto an opportunity to fully implement his vision and plan for the country, so that as he continues to make the changes in governance towards a prosperous Kenya. We further urge everyone to support the broad-based government in its effort to grow our economy with a focus on the enhancement of national development and unity. And also in the same way, to support the bid of Right Honorable Raila Odinga to become the next AU Commission Chair, so that he can also continue to fly our flag high, and so that Kenya can continue to play its pivotal role in the transformation of Africa and the world. Kenya itasimama, Kenya itainuka, Kenya itanawiri kwa umoja na uzalendo. Mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo. Je, wewe? Asanteni.